Wow, the new EFCC chairman has vowed to resign. See the reason why. He said that the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abdulrasheed Bawa, has said that he is ready to tender his resignation if he is asked to compromise the rules. He emphasized the need to rid the country of corruption and corrupt personnel. The FCC boss said this on Friday when he featured in a Nigerian Television Authority interview program, 101. His words were contained in a statement titled, "We will rid Nigeria of corruption, Bawa vows," which was issued on the official Twitter handle of the EFCC. He said, "We need to change our attitudes in Nigeria," Bawa was quoted to have said. He said, "We are in the habit of worshipping people that have money in the society, but never bother to ask questions about their source of income. In winning the fight against corruption, we are engaging all stakeholders, including religious leaders, community leaders, and others. We are going to embark on massive public enlightenment to sensitize people on the need to shun corruption in all its forms." The EFCC boss continued, says, "I will continue to do what is right. The commission under my watch will continue to abide by the rule of law. If anybody asks me to do anything contrary to my conscience or against the rule of law, I will resign my appointment." He stated that fighting corruption was an onerous task that should not be left in the hands of EFCC alone, and argued and urged Nigerians to stop glorifying corruption and corrupt people in the society. The EFCC boss vowed that the commission under his watch would not relent in its efforts to bring all corrupt elements, high or low, in this country to justice. "We have just created Directorate of Intelligence. We need to re-engage ourselves with our stakeholders in the fight against corruption because this is something we cannot do alone. All hands must be on deck," he said. On the directive that the bankers should declare their assets before June 1st, 2021, the anti-graft boss said there is no going back on the directive, noting that laws permit the commission to investigate assets of public officers, including bankers. There is a law called the Bank Employee Declaration of Assets Act 1986. We are not saying they should declare their assets to us. What we are saying is that they should declare it to the statutory bodies. We are going to be calling for it. As a commission, we need to know what you have as a banker. Just come June 1st, 2021, we are going to be asking for it, he said. Okay. So guys, do you think this one is not an initial gra? And also they blow up. If they don't come like this, say, "I will do this, I will do that." Okay. Oh. Sit down, look, now be God name. Now sit down, look, would they look you? Story. Have you ever seen any northern now resign or rejected power? First place, with clear and good conscience, you know supposed to be there. Okay. It depends because conscience could either be positive or negative. This was equally what happened when Buhari was shouting change, change, change. People thought that Buhari was coming with positive change, but reverse was the case. The raw truth is that a government agency cannot fight corruption successfully. The greatest corruption is in the civil services, especially in the special government parastatal agencies and departments backed up by banks. In as much as the government is the president that is always choosing all these people to be in this position, you think they are going to work very well? Even if you resign against your will, your replacement is following closely. So notes the above puts you there, and judiciary is the only problem in this country. When we reach a stage in which we possess a character of serving humanity, the world recognizes us and picks us up from our mates. Nobody is judged for what he says, or should be judged for what he says, but is judged from what he does. Nigeria have in their constitution hatred for everyone of different region. What is this one trying to tell us? I know everyone is corrupt and not truly and trustworthy in Nigeria. In Nigeria politics, but this guy seems to be serious with his business. I believe if there's support, there will be vision. Good, I believe this man no do pass like that. Magu, story, you no reject when you were fast tracked to the position. Now when you dey inside you see your conscience won't tell you something. Work hard to be better than Mr. Magu and stop saying what you cannot after who has resigned in presidency government. Even your appointment should be against your conscience because you are not the most qualified staff. We will hold you on this word. You can't hold him on this word. You can just say it and it will just fly away. It will just fade away like that. Kashuku said the same thing. Ibe Kashuku, the former minister of petroleum for state, he said if refineries will not be built by 2019, that he will resign. He didn't resign. They didn't even choose him for second term. If they had taken him again or he had continued, he will continue. He will come and give you all cock and bull story, all manner of stories. So you're not going to hold him accountable. They will say something and they will tell you that it was a figurative speech. It was quoted out of context. It was misinterpreted. That is what you are going to be hearing. The same spoke by Mr. Magu when he was appointed EFCC chairman, which we did support him with confidence, but what became of him later was embarrassing, with a stain of corruption all around him. Please, my brother, create a history once you are asked to do what is not in line with your oath of office. Resign. I can assure you, if you do that, I will lead a 5 million march to honor your integrity. God bless you because it must happen. Go for your Oga dem presidency and stop making noise. What most Nigerians don't know about justice is this. If the EFCC is the one investigating a case that you've you have against the government, when the EFCC is answerable to the government, that alone is a definition of duress, except the nation have a well-reputable and knowledgeable men of the bar that work independent of the executive. Any case against the government will crawl duress in the courtyard, which is not going to see the light of the day. Our society, our everyday life encourages corruption. The desire to get rich by all means is the major catalyst. Corruption does not exist only among politicians. It's a way of life of an average Nigerian. Okay? Devaluation of unnecessary losses lost for corruption in Nigeria is beyond EFCC. Face them squarely. Show ethical principles in dealing with all the criminals we have in government. Resist their greed gifts. Shun them absolutely. Nigerians will defend you only when you accomplish the task with utmost transparency. So guys, let's hear your opinion. Thank you.